What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. This video is entitled "Why Black Men Look at Politics Differently." Don't be surprised if I say some things that people get upset about. Okay, first and foremost, I looked at the Ice Cube talk with Roland Martin and I think Alicia Garza, and where in Roland Martin and Alicia Garza was stuck on a particular thing that Ice Cube did or said. He was like, this is a bipartisan issue. And this is why black men look at politics differently, because the black community isn't a one-party issue. It's both parties, because both parties are in the system. So this idea that, hold on to everything Democrats do and say, and if they win, we can talk. If they lose, we can't talk. The community can't function like that. Now, some people say, black conservatives or predominantly black conservatives give black people a bad name, or black Republicans or black conservatives give black people a bad name because they're not necessarily, they don't come across as actually being for black people. They come across as being for America or for themselves individually first, which I can see I see the problem with that. I understand that all too well. But black men in general don't look at politics the same way that black women do, because people seem to forget that when Obama was the president, he constantly took shots at black men. So to assume that, black men are just going to be held to, oh, you need to vote Democrat. And people are going to, still vote Democrat. I could see that. But black men are kind of pumping the brakes on it, because it's like the quote-unquote first black president, who he talked greasy to the most, or the most disrespectfully, was black men. See, going to the colleges, talking bad about the black men, going to not coming up for the King holiday about a black man. And I remember when I was younger, Reverend Wright, throwing Reverend Wright under the bus. I get the Jesse Jackson thing, because Jesse Jackson shouldn't have said that in a public place, especially with the media, because everything is filmed. You get what I'm saying? I get him taking a snide, but him dissing Kanye West like he did when Kanye West was helping him. You get what I'm saying? Previous to. So these things make people look at it differently. So when people say, okay, if you vote for Trump, or if you vote Republican, you selling out. It's like, selling out to who? Like, maybe, the black women in the community don't understand that the black men don't feel, not even just feel, can see that we're not welcome on either side and within the group. So it kind of made us look at things independently, which is, a good thing. I looked up, there was a point in the Roland Martin conversation when he was talking about the Congressional Black Caucus. And I've had a problem with them just from looking at Washington for years, because they didn't even step up when Obama was in office. They just went hands off and act like everything was cool when it wasn't. But here's the thing about him saying, Ice Cube talking about it's a bipartisan issue. When you look at the Congressional Black Caucus, it's only Democrats. No Republicans, no independents, only Democrats, right? So how can things get done in Congress when you only got people on one side of the aisle? That's just strategically silly. You know what I'm saying? A whole 20-some people, Democrats. These are the same people who should be lobbying and pushing and probably supporting other candidates who are black and Republican or independent, so they can actually fortify the caucus in itself. So when black men look at it, it's like, well, you can't get, even the caucus can't get nothing done unless it's Democratic. That's silly. How you can't move the needle like that. Now this other thing where people are looking at, black people in general are conservative normally, but the black community in itself has gotten away from family. So the men are looking at it like, what exactly are we gonna do for the black community if we don't do anything that helps the black family? And what we mean by black family, we mean, man, woman, and child, not just woman and child. So what it looks like from a male point of view is, you know, older black men and women and, grown women, black women in our community want black men to vote on the behalf to put the black women in a better position, but the kids don't benefit and the men don't benefit. So that's not what people are voting for. And when people are talking about, we need to come together, we can't come together if, you want one-sided unilateral support for something. And let's be honest, does anybody know black women's agenda? Does it affect, will it help anybody outside of the community but black women or the alphabet community or women in general? No. No. Yeah, it never worked like that. Partially I think the women got gut punched in the last election with white women voting predominantly for Trump. It's like they try to bring down the numbers every year, but initially it was like 60%. Then it went to 55. Then it went to 51. But however you want to look at it, is a majority, right? So now it's like, the black men shouldn't do what the white women did 4 years ago. It's like, but you were aligned with the white women 4 years ago. You weren't aligned with the black men 4 years ago. So that's a problem in itself. So people are looking at the men like, I don't get where y'all going. And then I saw the response to 50 Cent putting up Biden's tax plan, like, I might just vote for Trump just on the tax plan alone. Because, men are more adversely affected by taxes than women. I know people don't want to say that, but it is, because if women have children, and those children are under 18 or 19, depending on the state, you get subsidized with free money as far as child support is concerned. You get subsidies for having kids. So now you're going to raise the taxes on these guys who are having to actually pay child support. That takes money out of their pocket. No. And if they get behind, are you going to help them out? No. So that's no good for the black family in general, because ultimately that'll put a guy in a position where he gonna have to get a second or third job or whatever, and if he could see his kids less, and if he doesn't get a second, third job, he gets behind, possibly gets locked up. Is that good for the kid? No. And unfortunately, you look at mothers who benefit from that and they think that's cute. It is what it is. So, not a good look. So guys are looking at politics differently. And if you talk to Republicans, you're a sellout. No, you're not. It's how you talk to the Republicans that make you a sellout. You know what I mean? If you're black talking to Republicans and you don't want to address anything black, then that's what makes you a sellout. You know what I mean? Excuse me, but so black men look at politics differently. That's what the thing with when Steve Harvey and Ray Lewis and Jim Brown was like they was gonna talk to Donald Trump years ago. People looked at it like, no, y'all not. It's just a photo op. Y'all not about to tell him anything. Y'all not about to say we need this, that, and the third. It's just a photo op. Because, and the reason I'm saying that is because these are some of the same celebrities that were at the White House with Obama and didn't say anything. It wasn't just that it was with Trump. It was the fact that y'all was around Obama and you didn't say anything. Nothing. So don't say now you're gonna say something, because you're not. But now it becomes a situation where we're going to see how this plays out, because the election is, what, a few weeks away. So, you know, we have two different political agendas, black men, as far as black men and black women. So I'm sure there's going to be a rift, however this plays out. But the guys don't care either way, because we're the ones who are most affected by all of this stuff, anyways. The ladies, I think their issue is more so this pandemic and automation, and you know, realizing you're on your own in a sense during this pandemic because of the strong and independent upbringing. And the one thing I got to say about the black thing, it's no disrespect, but the woman that was talking crazy, she was kind of disrespectful to Ice Cube, Alicia, I think, Garza. So a black woman with a Hispanic name, which is not new, with blonde hair and a nose ring, doesn't, by optics, look like a family person. It looks like a feminist with identity issues. You know what I'm saying? So guys look at stuff like that, and people will be like, I don't see the problem with that. Guys do, because we've met a lot of women like that who are woman first or women first, and not even black first. They're just black as a cover. Kind of like BLM, as far as, it's not the black community first, it's black women, black alphabets, and men are used as cannon fodder. You get what I'm saying? So that's why, we have a different view of politics. So I'm done with this one. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.